Now, I don't know why people don't understand this, that the Holy Spirit, gifts of the Spirit are given for a reason. It is to serve others. It is to spread the gospel. It is to communicate the gospel. No real gift of the Spirit is self-serving. It's not about you. It's not about so that you can feel good. There are other ways you can go about feeling good. You can do the right thing. That's one way. But no real gift of the Holy Spirit is self-serving. It's not for you. And there's a meaning behind every gift that God gives. And let's look at Mark 16 and verse 15. Mark 16 and verse 15. And he said to them, "Go ye therefore into all the world and preach the gospel to every creature." Now this was the great commission that Jesus had given to his disciples. And he tells them, I want you to go into all the world and preach the gospel to every creature. Now let's go back in time and just ask some of the questions that they were probably asking. First of all, they probably said, well, how will we get there? How will we drive ourselves, to the whole world? And second question was, how will we communicate to the whole world? Because there's a language barrier that we can't cross. We can only speak our language. And they were specifically told to stay in Jerusalem and wait for the promise of the Father. They were going to receive something that would enable them to communicate the gospel, because they sure could use some help, especially when it comes to this language barrier that they were up against. Okay, what happened? Well, Acts 2 and verse 4, and they were all filled with the Holy Spirit and began to speak with other tongues as the Spirit gave them utterance. Acts 2 and verse 7, and they were all amazed and marveled, saying one to another, "Behold, are not all these which speak Galileans? And how hear we every man in our own tongue wherein we were born?" They had been given the gifts of multiple languages, and whether the gift was in the hearing or in the speaking, it doesn't matter, because we could now understand each other. That's the meaning behind the gift. You see, now if God gave you the gift of healing, what would you do? Would you jump on the back of church pews and make a complete idiot out of yourself, look like a buffoon? Would you get down on the ground and waller around on the ground what if you had the gift of healing? What would you do? You would go heal sick people, would you not? You would go empty a hospital. No real gift of the Spirit is self-serving, you see. It's not given to make you feel good about yourself. It's so that you can do a work. It's so that you can minister to people. It's so that you can help people. It's so that you can lift people up. That's the reason God gives gifts of the Spirit.